Hi guys, so I'm going to tell you how my job search went and how it was trying to find a job. Now, unfortunately, I did not find a job and I'm still unemployed, but it's been 4 months today as of me leaving my job, and I've been job hunting ever since. February, I applied to a bunch of applications on Indeed and I did not hear back, or I did hear back, but I got ghosted or rejected. Now, there's a thing called ghost jobs where employers will post a job on Indeed and you'll apply to it, you won't hear back from the job at all, and they close the job application that you applied to, so there's pretty much no word. You hear nothing back. But I've gotten at least 5 interviews out of applying to at least 100 applications, and I'm gonna just give you a rundown story of how each interview went. So the first ever job that responded to me was a flight attendant job for Delta, and I was pretty excited because it's a flight attendant job. I get to travel, and it'd be nice to just travel for free and still get paid, minimum wage to basically do it. Pay was $25 an hour, and you get a yearly increase the more longer that you stay with the company. And I got scheduled for a hiring event. First, I had to do a phone interview, which was a Zoom meeting, and I did that interview, and then I had to wait 2 weeks for the hiring event interview. So I went to the face-to-face interview portion, and honestly, I was pretty much nervous throughout the whole process because I didn't realize, how difficult being a flight attendant would be. But I went there. They flew me out to Minneapolis, and I had to book a hotel for one night stay, and I was going to leave the next morning. And everything went well. I felt confident during the interview. I made the interviewer laugh, and I thought I was going to get the job, but I guess I did not get the job. They told me that in 2 days that they will respond to me, letting me know whether I get the job or not. And of course, I get a rejection email saying I didn't get the job. And it was just like, if you were going to just reject me, why didn't you just give me a phone interview, or why did you make me travel from New York to Minneapolis for me not to get the job? But my goal was to just get there and back home safely, because the moment that I got a response from this job, all these plane crashes were happening, and it got my parents scared, and my mom was like, no, you're not going to do it. She was the most scared. She didn't want me to go, but she still let me go to the interview, and I still went. And at least I got to see Minneapolis, and Minneapolis is very cold, so it's not a place that I would want to live at in the wintertime. And yeah, when I got to the Minneapolis, I had a headache for that whole entire day because I did not eat before my flight for some reason, and I was dehydrated during the whole entire flight. It was like a 3-hour flight, and I got dehydrated, and I had a headache, so I couldn't even see Minneapolis. And plus, it was too freezing cold. It was like 3 degrees outside, so it was very cold outside. So there was no me going anywhere. My goal was to go out there, get the job, and actually get hired and start to travel. That was the whole point of me getting a flight attendant job. I did not apply to be a flight attendant. I applied to any job that was on Indeed that was hiring as an application. Now, that job did not fall through. So now we have the next job. Nordstrom I previously worked for Nordstrom 10 years ago, and I got fired, and it was a different location. So this location is at the mall, right close to me. It's 15 minutes away. So I decided, you know what? It's a different location. It's a different position. So I applied for a suit salesman. And of course, they denied me for that application because of my experience on my resume, and they switched my position to kids and sales apparel, which is sneakers and kids clothes and anything else that you sell. So I do that interview. Now, I leave on time to get to the interview, but silly mistake, I did not check to see if the tires were okay on the car. So as I'm driving, the car is not driving the way it should be, and I get a flat tire while I'm driving. So now I have to turn back, and I'm going to be 10 minutes late. So I let the people know I'm going to be 10 minutes late to the interview. So I get to the interview, and I'm waiting there for almost an hour. I let the people know that I'm here for the interview, and I get there, I'm waiting for an hour. She comes out, she's all sorry. Oh, I didn't know that you were here, blah, blah, blah. And I do the interview. Now, mind you, there are two cops in the store patrolling the store as if something went down during my interview. So that makes me even more nervous. And then she starts asking me about how do I close a customer over the phone? How would I close a customer if the person is not there? And then I got nervous and I started saying the wrong things. And I felt like I didn't get the job, but she said, oh, we'll give you 2 days and we'll let you know. We'll call you for another phone interview. So I'm like, okay, 2 days goes by, no phone call from the store. And I've yet to get a call, and it's been like a couple of weeks so far. So technically I got ghosted from that job interview, which is okay. It's Nordstrom. It's not nothing crazy. I didn't want to work there, but it was just like I needed a job just to get a job. So now this is my third interview. Razer. Razer is a computer store where you pretty much buy computer parts and anything computer related. I applied there, did a quick little 15-minute interview. It was a job overview, and it would show you pretty much what you're doing at work, and then she would ask you questions about how can you, with customer service, how a story of how good you were and how pleased the customer was, all those general customer service questions. So then that's the third interview. I had two more interviews, but I decided not to go to them because I just didn't want to get rejected again, because I felt like I was going to get rejected. So I just saved my time and stress from going all the way over there. So one of the companies was a bowling alley, and I was going to be a dishwasher for $16.75 an hour. And then the other one was Chick-fil-A, which I don't know what the pay rate was, but I'm just going to assume it was 18 an hour or 16.50 an hour, one of them. And I just decided not to go because I had previously worked at Chick-fil-A before and I did not like it. So I just decided not to go do it. But yeah, jobs aren't hiring, and you know, you're either being ghosted, rejected, you know, ignored, as in you put yourself an application in and you don't hear back from the job at all. And that's just been me so far. So that's what I've been doing. You know, I gave up with job hunting because I was just like, I'm not gonna just be ignored all day. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna start streaming. You know, streaming video games is oversaturated. Yes, a lot of people are doing it. The only way you stand out is if you're a good streamer or a good game player at the game that you're playing. But I'm very consistent. I can stream for about 2 to 3 hours a day, no problems, every day, and then I'll just do that until I get a job. But yeah, it's been a struggle to find a job. 2025, I'm not the only person who's struggling to find a job. So I decided to just start my own business because I'm not going to be frustrating myself, you know, because I feel almost like I'm not a human because I cannot find a job. Like, it sucks. You have bills to pay, or you just want to help out around the house, or you want to buy stuff. You know, you have no money left coming in, and the only money you have left is tax season. Tax season is over, so what am I supposed to do? But it's been hard to find a job. Like, I don't understand why jobs are not hiring, or they're not serious about hiring. Like, jobs should just have two categories. You are experienced, you apply here. If you're not experienced and you just need a job just to get your paycheck going, then you should apply here. But no, they mix all the applications together, so you have to literally apply to like every single application just to see whether you're going to get rejected or not. Like, I applied to fast food places. I applied to Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes. I applied to all these places, got ignored, no call back. And Chipotle gave me an interview, but then they canceled the interview the next day, and they say, oh, unfortunately we will not move on with your application. I'm like, bro, I can't work at Chipotle. Literally all they do is tell you which food that they want, and you put the amount that Chipotle tells you to put, and then that's it. You mean to tell me I can't do that? You know, I applied to Chuck E. Cheese. I applied to everything. That's why it's like I feel like I'm not supposed to work, because I literally did my work. I did my due diligence. I tried to find a job and I didn't get one. So I applied to at least 100 applications. No job. So it's like, oh, keep going or just do your own thing. I'd rather do my own thing. But if anything, if whatever I'm doing does not work, I'll just go and get a training certificate at some type of course, and then I'll go get a job in that field. But I'm done with low paying jobs, because low paying jobs do not pay enough for you to even survive, and everything is going up. And but yeah, I thought I was the only person that was struggling to find a job. It's not just me. If this happens to be you, you'll be okay. You'll still just make sure your mental is good, because if your mental is all messed up, then you're not going to feel better about yourself. But I decided, I'm not going to stress out because I can't find a job, and I might not be worthy for the job. I might be overqualified for the job, or I always want to move up with the company and they don't want to push you up, so then you end up leaving because they don't want to promote you. So everything has a reason, and that's why I cannot cry or complain just because things don't go in my way. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it or stayed this long, I appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button, like, send this to a friend. Thank you. Comment what you think, and have a good one. Let's go. Appreciate you.